Hey, what's up, guys? Tito here with Aloha Android. I got a bit of news. Shout out to Paul Tech for this one for catching, my interest. Anyways, so it looks like a bunch of LG devices are going to be dropping come CES and Mobile World Congress, and you guys might want to pay attention to these. So they're going to have the latest releases of the XK series and also the LG Stylo 3, which it says here in the US it will actually be called the LG Stylo 3 Plus. Um, so what we do though over here is that the K3 for 2017 will actually have a 4.5-inch display, 5 megapixel rear, 2 megapixel front-facing camera, and a 2100 milliamp hour battery. You have the K4, which will have a 4.7-inch display, 8 megapixel rear camera, and a 5 megapixel front facing shooter with a 2500 milliamp hour battery. The K8 will have a 5-inch display. It's actually an HD, so I'm thinking 720 by 1280 is the resolution. 13 megapixel rear camera, 5 megapixel front facing camera, and also a 2500 milliamp hour battery. And then you have the K10, 5.3-inch display with 2.5D glass, so that's the art glass, is what it's showing here. And on the front and back, a 5 megapixel wide angle camera, and let's kind of go down here in a second. And doesn't really say anything about the rear camera, so I'm thinking it might be 13 megapixels also. And it says it's going to have a fingerprint reader, so those are going to be the K series that's coming out. And then also the introduction of a new device called the LG X Calibur. So, will that probably drop in June? Who knows? It will be a rugged phone with an IP68 water and dust resistance rating, 4100 milliamp hour battery. It's supposed to be released sometime in March. Okay, so it says right there in March. Also, you got in CES the LG Stylus 3, which is going to be known as the Stylo 3 Plus here in the US. 5.7-inch display, 32 gigs of onboard storage, 13 megapixel rear, and 5 megapixel front-facing camera. You got a 3200 milliamp hour battery with a fingerprint reader. That's supposed to be launched in February. And here at Mobile World Congress, there'll be the unveiling of the X Power 2, which is supposed to have a 5.5-inch display, 13 megapixel rear camera, 5 megapixel wide-angle front-facing camera, 4500 milliamp hour battery, but no talks of a fingerprint reader. So this is quite interesting. Now, here's the thing. While we hear some of the stuff going to be dropped, like the Stylo 3 will come in February, and the Excalibur coming in March, the rest of these devices obviously is going to be dropped throughout 2017, so they're not all going to bomb out at once. So while a lot of people are going to be like, well, when's the K3 coming out? When is the K8 coming out? When is the K10 coming out? Just know some of these things will probably hit out in the summer of 2017 and on forward. So, but at least you guys have an idea. If those people are interested in the Stylo 3, you guys have an idea when that's coming. And I'm very interested in the LG X Calibur and exactly which carrier is going to get this device and just how it's going to look. And the biggest reason is that the Excalibur almost seems pretty much close to the X Power, being that it is IP68 water and dust resistant, which is something that would be really awesome if it went to all the carriers. So I'm talking Boost, Virgin, Cricket, and Metro PCS. If they all got the Excalibur, that would be super awesome. But we'll have to wait and see. And if it did come to Boost Mobile, what would they exactly call it? The Volt 3 Plus or the Volt 4? Well, you have the X Power 2 coming out, and if that comes to Boost Mobile, that will be called the Volt 3 or Volt 4. So maybe the Excalibur will be codenamed Volt 3 Plus. Who knows? But very interesting. I'm going to keep my eyes out to see if there's any leaked photos or anything else that's going to show us what these devices look like. And I'll keep you guys posted and updated as far as that goes on. So again, shout out to Paul Tech for the info. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please smash that like button to let me know. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.